Today, we're gonna be learning the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. It's gonna be pretty easy because it's based on our own Roman alphabet, actually. But there are some differences which could be a little tricky. So let's start with the letters that look like some letters that we have in our own alphabet. So symbols on the left are voiceless. The letters on the right are voiced. You'll notice, for instance, that there are only two dorsal letters here, K and G.
So it's like in the words come and go.
Well, no. The sound at the beginning of the word come is written with a superscript H after the K. And the sound at the beginning of the word go is written with a G with a little dot above it. In fact, the IPA K is the same sound as the G in English go. But let's not get distracted. So there's also a dorsal nasal over here. This is a sound in the words like thing or think. It's written with like an N with a little tail, like a G. Pretty cool, isn't it? So the IPA also has a symbol for dorsal fricatives, which we don't need in English. It would be like the sound ch in German Bach would be spelled like this. B-A-X.
So like in English box?
No, that would be spelled K-S, like this. This has the IPA symbol that looks like RX, but it actually is pronounced like the X in Cyrillic or the Greek alphabets. So the funny thing is that the Greek letter chi, like this, is also in the IPA, but it has a different sound. So the voiced version of this is actually written with a lowercase gamma, like that. Okay, so let's summarize what we've learned so far.
You said this system was based on the Roman alphabet.
Well, it is based on the Roman alphabet, but that doesn't mean that every letter has to come from the Roman alphabet, or even that every letter has to have the same sound as in our alphabet.
How many letters are in the IPA?
Well, there are 107 symbols plus 44 diacritics, but we'll get to that later. So here's one more dorsal letter, a lateral, like our familiar L. So it's written with a small caps L, like this. And it's pronounced ul. Most of the small caps letters are uvular, but this one is velar. Don't mix them up.
Like the dark L in call or kill, right?
No, the dark L sound is velarized, not velar. And it's written as a lowercase l with a stroke through it.
Like in Polish, right?
No, that Polish letter has a straight stroke, like this. Whereas the IPA symbol has a swung stroke. Now, there's also a lateral fricative whose symbol is an L with a looping stroke, like this. Very different. Don't mix it up.
How could we?
Let's continue with the palatal sounds. So there's a nasal one that looks again like an N, but this time the tail is on the other leg. This should not be confused with the eng that we saw before or the retroflex N that there also is in the IPA. Then there's a palatal lateral that's written like an upside down Y, like this.
An upside down Y? Why?
Well, it looks like the Greek letter lambda, but reflected. Anyway, who can tell me what the IPA C stands for?
The sound in cat?
Well, no, we already have the letter K for that sound.
The sound in city?
No, that's written with an S.
The TS sound in German like Zentrum.
No, the IPA writes that with a TS, like this.
The ch sound, like the Italian ciao.
No, the IPA writes that as a T-sh with a long S.
Maybe the TH sound, like in Spanish, cerveza?
No, the IPA writes that with a Greek theta. Nobody can guess? In the IPA, the C stands for a palatal plosive sound. In, for instance, the Czech word čuk or Hungarian čuk.
But those are written with a T.
Well, in the IPA, they're in with a C. What you gonna do? Now, the voiced version, as in Czech dítě or in Hungarian gyermek, is written with an upside-down F.
An upside down F? Why?
Well, I guess they thought it looks like a J, kind of.
Is that like the J in the English Jack?
Well, no, that sound is written with a D with a long Z and a little ring below it at the beginning of a word.
As a D followed by a 3.
No, this is a Z with a tail, not a 3. It spells the sound of the French word je, for instance.
So J is the sound as in Spanish J as Jaime.
No, that's spelled with the letter X that we already learned. You guys aren't even paying attention. In IPA, J spells the sound of the English Y, as in yesterday.
But you said the IPA was based on the Roman alphabet.
Well, it is. The letter F is in the Roman alphabet, last I checked.
But not upside down. And its sound has nothing to do with the F sound.
But it's in the Roman alphabet, isn't it? Look, let's move on. We've only learned 9 new symbols. We have 83 more to learn, and then the 44 diacritics, okay? Don't mix it up.